Hey, what's up everybody? I just wanted to get on here and say hi and show my face for the first time. Show some appreciation for everyone who watches the videos and reaches out and talks about them. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Carl music because it's become such a big part of what I'm doing here, and I love doing it. And I think it's really cool because originally I first started doing this playthrough of the randomizer. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I had no plans. And it kind of evolved into this like meme thing. And then I started putting in these songs, and they became such a fundamental part of the Let's Plays that I just wanted to talk about them a little bit. So first off, obviously or not obviously, they are AI. I would love to be making them myself, but I don't have the time for that. The amount of time that would have to go into be creating each song to go into each episode would take forever. And I wouldn't get around to making any of these Let's Plays if that were the case. So I needed to do something that was practical. Also, using the AI allows me to be more creative using different musical elements that I normally wouldn't be able to. So that's that. Eventually, if I could go and write something myself and put it in, that would be amazing. I'd love to. I just don't really have the time for it right now. But maybe eventually down the line, I will come up with something and stick it in. And I think that'd be really cool. I would love to. So let's go through kind of a track by track of what's cool about each song. So first off is Carl Got Bombs. Carl Got Bombs came around because I had just gotten bombs. I was so excited about getting bombs, and I wanted to do a episode introduction like I haven't done before. So that was like really big and epic and exciting, and I didn't know what to do. So I was like, okay, let me like quickly throw in some stuff, see what comes out, and see where I can go with it. And what was crazy, it was the first prompt, and Carl Got Bombs came out, and I heard it, and I'm like, this is perfect. And then when I put it into the episode and it lined up perfectly with what was going on, I knew that like it was meant to be. And so that was Carl Got Bombs. And that's where the whole thing started, with Carl Got Bombs. So Carl Got Bombs is the OG Carl track, and it's definitely a special one. Then came Carl Goes Around. Carl Goes Around is cool because it's like the most true to what Carl is song, where it's just Carl being crazy, just going around, making chaos, wrecking towns, going nuts. And it's really what the whole series is about, just Carl being a crazy klutz. It's based around the windmill guy, if you know the guy in the windmill, go around. So that guy, I've always been a big fan of that guy, and I wanted to do something around his little catchphrase. So Carl goes around, I go around. It's that. And just all different kind of crazy things that Carl does. Carl Goes Around is really cool because it has this ska kind of feel to it, which I felt like that whole skate, ska, punk kind of thing really fits well into the whole Carl theme. Next is Game Over Carl. Game Over Carl is great because I make a lot of mistakes while I'm playing, and I end up getting hurt and missing jumps and getting game overs a lot. A lot of it gets cut, but it happens a lot. So I knew that I had to do something with like game over, something like that. And when the idea came to me, Game Over Carl, I was really excited to put that in. And that was like the first one that I actually started being more creative with, kind of changing around, making my own lyrics. Yeah, and Game Over Carl is fun because it's just like anytime that I make a series of mistakes, I like to just stick in Game Over Carl, because it's just like Game Over Carl, just making mistakes. It's great. The next song on the list is Where My Items At. This one is a really fun one because it came out so great. I wanted to go with like this Linkin Park kind of feel, where it's kind of like a rap metal kind of situation. And the whole point of Randomizer is collecting items. So it's like, where are my items at? And it's just like all the different items that Carl needs to go through the adventure and just like where they at. And the lyrics are really silly. They're all over the place, and there's just like some funny stuff in there that I really like. And it came out really well with the different like slow parts and that heavy parts and the way they work off each other. It's really nice. I'm happy with that song. Next is the title track, The Legend of Carl, Ocarina of Mweep. This is a cool one because I had this idea of making this song that kind of just takes all the different parts of all the different songs that were up until that point and just stick them all in the song and make it like just this big theme song. I was originally thinking of making like a theme song to stick in the beginning of each episode, but I wanted to keep the creative options open to just like making different things and making all these random and exciting. So I'm not using it as an actual theme song for every episode, but it has this big theme element that includes Carl got bombed and Carl goes around, a game over Carl. It has all these different cool things in it. And I wanted it to be like this big like kind of theatrical Broadway rock opera kind of thing. And tell me if I hit the mark with that one. But that's the vibe for that song. Next is Carl Will Save Hyrule. This is a really cool one because it has a cool story. In my family, we have like this phrase that we say a lot. It's like this Russian phrase that we kind of just made up. And so there was one day where I went into the Suno app to just like mess around, and I used the phrase, I put it in, and it came up with I made like this Russian club song out of the phrase. And it was like really catchy, even though it's not really what I usually listen to. And then it like kind of just stuck in my head, and I was like singing to myself a lot. And I was like, wait, this would be really cool if I actually take the song and make it into something that's like practical and useful and more like that everyone can enjoy. So I kind of decided to take the song and make it more metal. And then when I did that, and it ended up sounding like Electric Callboy, I was like, this is sick. So like I did some changing to it after that to like change certain little parts of it, but in the end it's this really cool big sounding song that is just like really epic. Just like Carl Will Save Hyrule. It's awesome. Carl Will Save Hyrule. It's sick. And lastly, the last song as of now is Carl vs. Carl. This one probably means the most to me. I got my Carl vs. Carl shirt on. It's something that like always stuck with me. The idea of like Link versus Dark Link, like us fighting our inner demons, our struggles, is like being portrayed through that. And I really wanted to make a song that really expressed that. So I made Carl vs. Carl, and I pretty much wrote like 80% of the lyrics. Which is, I mean, other songs I've changed things here and there. I've written down like full verses and stuff, but this one was mostly me. And it's cool because it has this like contrast between like the silliness of Carl, but also these really serious parts that really come across, and like it's cool because it's Carl versus Carl. It's these two opposing sides of like the silliness and the kind of like scary truth of everything, and kind of just putting it together and realizing that like Carl being our inner self, our true self, can like still overcome all the stuff. Like that silly side can still come out. That inner Carl can really win the battle and conquer all the scary parts of ourselves, the scary things that are going on, and we can beat all of our monsters inside and outside. So yeah, that's Carl vs. Carl, and the music video just came out. Go check that out. And we'll see what comes next. We'll see what other songs and episodes come out after this. It's been a really exciting adventure so far. I'm really proud of my work. I think it's really cool because it expresses parts of myself that I've never expressed before, like the silly parts. I've been posting like serious content in different places for a long time, but to be able to just completely just throw in anything that I want in the world of silliness is really what Carl became and what Carl's kind of about, which is like Carl goes around. So this is like Carl versus Carl is like that first kind of step into like a more serious sphere. But yeah, we'll see what comes next in the Carl world, in the Legend of Carl, Ocarina of Time. And like I said, thank you for everyone who's on this journey with me, and stay Carl.
Oui. 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 Oui.